Hello and welcome to Fight Week Focus. My name's John Gooden, joined by Paul Felder. Paul, this is a very different look to Fight Week out here in Abu Dhabi. It's no longer Fight Island. It is Abu Dhabi Showdown Week.
Showdown Week. I like it.
Yeah, sounds good.
It's already been much easier, much better. We don't have this 48-hour quarantine. You get right to business, and I like it. You know, we're not as socially distanced. Things are
Clearly
a
not.
lot
Can you
looser these days.
Stop treading on my foot as well? That'd be good.
You got white shoes on. I do have to be careful.
Now, this has become like the new fight capital of the world. We've had a huge number of numbered events out here, but I want to go back to when you competed out here, because I think that was the last time we had a full crowd out here in Abu Dhabi. I wasn't here, but what was that experience like? And does this feel a little bit similar?
Yeah, it does, because obviously this was pre-pandemic, all this quarantine and issues that we had going on, and we had a full crowd, and it was Khabib and Poirier. I was fighting Edson Barboza for the second time, and it was hot. It was in early September, I think, and my goodness, it had to be well over 100 degrees Fahrenheit, and humidity was through the roof, like normal. And I had a really hard time, you know, with that weight cut. But the week itself was great. You know, we did the open workouts in the mall. We had a huge crowd there. The weigh-ins themselves were just packed with people. I mean, this place loves combat sports, whether it be jiu-jitsu, MMA. So we were embraced. Yeah.
Well, we're going to have a full schedule like that this time. We've got the press conferences, open workouts, etc. But just how loud were the fans, and were they an educated crowd over here?
Of course they were. Yeah, you know, it's one of those crowds that when things go to the mat, or there's a crazy jiu-jitsu scramble or some submissions happen, a lot of times in the States we'll get people just booing to stand them up. Not here.
You normally lead the boos though, right?
Yeah. Get them up, stand them up. But yeah, it was pretty crazy walking out. And I did actually have a couple of friends and family that made the trip here. My brother Tommy was here with one of his buddies, and they said it was absolutely crazy. It was hot as can be in there because we didn't have the brand new Etihad Arena that we have now.
Of course.
We were kind of in a makeshift arena at the time.
Yeah.
The air conditioning was a little light, to say the least. It was probably well over 90-something degrees in there with humidity fighting in there.
Right.
But the crowd was still raucous.
Yeah. No, looking forward to experiencing that over here. And we got a great schedule of fights, Paul. Looking down on that main card, is there a particular bout that's jumping off the page at you?
Well, obviously, I'm excited for the return of Khamzat.
Okay.
He's had a little time off. He had that scare with COVID where maybe he came back to training a little too soon. He was thinking about retirement. He really wants to make a run at 170. Obviously want to see that. But Corey Sandhagen and Petr Yan, that's the one that I really can't wait to see. I mean, you got two guys that are super dynamic strikers in their own way. And a lot of people think Corey Sandhagen won that TJ Dillashaw fight. So it's kind of almost MMA's writing itself with this one, right? Where he ends up getting this shot that a lot of people are like, well, he's coming off a loss, he shouldn't get it. But everybody else that would have been in line wasn't available. They couldn't do it. Aljamain Sterling couldn't fight. I think that Rob Font was mentioned. He couldn't fight. You got to give it to Corey Sandhagen.
Yeah.
And he was on the flight with me on the way over here, man. The guy is always in great spirits, just has a good head on his shoulder. Excited for that one.
I don't think anyone, like from a styles point of view, whoever it was, bantamweight divisions have been on fire for the last couple of years.
Super on fire.
And these guys are going to deliver. I have managed to sit down with a couple of guys. We're going to be checking in for the first one with Jan Blachowicz. Let's see what he had to say earlier today. So the champ is here.
Yes, it's true.
First question. Have you gotten used to people calling you champ yet? Everywhere you go?
I'm happy that they call me like this. And after Saturday, they will still call me like this,
We're getting into the fight promotion already. I very much like that. Before we get into the nuts and bolts of this fight, I wanted to talk about this place, Abu Dhabi. What kind of memories does it have for you?
One of the best. I take belt here. Now I come back here to defend it. So memories come back here. It's my lucky place. And I hope so still will be after Saturday. I believe in that. But I feel good here, no jet lag because just 2 hours different between here and Poland. So weather is good, food is good, people are nice. I spend really good time here. I remember I was here first time, 10 years ago with my friend, but I was his corner man. He have his debut in UFC and he won by KO. So it's a lucky place for us.
Always good. Yeah, that's good to know. So One thing I was thinking about before speaking to you is I was thinking about Olympians in like 2020, 2021. They get their big medal and they normally go home and there's lots of celebration. They visit everyone. But of course, because of the pandemic, you guys are having to celebrate with a much smaller circle. Do you feel like you've truly been able to feel that championship life, even though we've been in this situation?
Yeah, people in Poland show me that they show me that I'm true champion. You know, they first of all they come to airport.
Oh,
a lot
great.
of people come and visit me in airport, but after that we go to my hometown, and what's happened over there was like in the football game. You know, that so many people come on the visit me and see me. We watch fight together on big screen. So that was amazing feeling, you know. I feel because we fight with no people in the arena, so I feel they give it me back in my hometown. That's what I should to feel after the fight.
So you got to kind of relive the whole experience again.
Yes, I hope so, and that's gonna be same story.
Yeah. Well, going from that and having a quiet win of the belt without the fans, then you engage in this fight with Israel Adesanya, who's one of the biggest names in the sport, which was quite a unique situation, I would imagine. Now we move forward to this fight with Glover, which is unique again, but how different do these fights feel for you?
Between Glover and Izzy?
Yeah.
Completely different, you know, completely different fighters, different moves, different style.
What about the build-up, though? Because obviously Adesanya and Glover have very different personalities.
You know, I don't think before fight about stuff like this. After the fight, I will start taking everything what was around the fight, you know. So I don't know. We will see. The pressure is the same.
The pressure's the same?
Pressure is the same, and I'm excited in the same way. I cannot, wait to step inside and start fighting against him. But of course, Israel is a big star. Media hype with the fight against Izzy was much bigger because everybody knows him. He is superstar on Instagram. Glover is similar to me. We don't talk too much. We just go and fight, and I like it the way like this.
Did you, in preparation for this, did you go to Zakopane, the mountains again?
Of course, we was there. So I have to go to the mountains always before fight because this is the best way when I can do my cardio. You was there with us.
I've been there. It's a big mountain. Took me 2 hours, was it, to climb the mountain?
Yeah, 2 hours, something like that. With you, normally 1 hour and 10 minutes.
Hey, don't tell the world this.
No, but the weather was really bad because a lot of snow, so
That's right.
it's slowing down.
It was a very tough one for us.
Yeah, that was tough one. But now I try something different. I go to climbing, with the rope. I remember, what helped me? That was also mentally game in this point because when we start climbing, I was so nervous. I was, I cannot focus about anything. I was, shake all my body, and I don't know what to do, But after, 5 minutes, I start feeling, I defeat my fear. Like in the fight, you have to defeat it, and I start enjoy everything. I start enjoy the view, what I'm coming, what's happening right now, and after when we climb to the top, I say, we can go to the harder road, But anyway, I have fight soon, so we have to be careful. And also, I have training in the evening, so it's good that we go this easy way. But I know that I will come back and ask him take me to the harder road.
Like it. So on to Glover then, and this fight. Have you ever fought anyone like him before in your career?
I think the most similar fighter was Jacare. Yeah, with similar style, with similar game plan for me because I think that gonna be similar. One difference was that Jacare was from a lower division. He come to.
Ah yes, of course, yeah.
So that was, but I think that they are the most similar fighters.
So can you give us a little tease us the kind of game plan that you're looking to bring this weekend?
It's not a secret. I would like to find in stand-up, use my kicks and boxing skills against him. And try to knock him out, And I think that after, 1 or 2 minutes of fighting in stand-up, he started to do wrestling and try to take me down.
We have seen some of your ground fighting. I've seen you train as well, and I feel like your ground fighting is nearly as good as your stand-up fighting. But it sounds like the highlight reel is obviously coming from when you're on the feet.
Because I like fight on the feet, It's more fun for me. But I'm good on the ground. I know how to fight on the ground, and I do a lot of jiu-jitsu preparation for this fight, because I think Glover, he would like to take me down, make me tired on the ground, and then maybe finish by punches, you know. But I am gonna be ready for this. I train with really good jiu-jitsu guys, one of the best in Poland. They are big names in the world also. We do couple training with Braulio Estima, so he helped me also, and I'm just gonna be ready. If he take me down, I show the world that maybe I will, you know, submit him or something like this. Maybe I will start taking him down. This is also one of the, you know, plan.
You certainly are in for a hard fight, because everyone knows, even just by his journey, Glover is just has so much heart. So are you prepared for an absolute war out there this weekend?
Yes, I'm ready for every scenario. You know, I'm ready for knock him out. I'm ready for, you know, decision, for 25 minutes of battle. I need to be ready for everything. I do my visualization training. I think that I knock him out in third or second round. But I'm ready for everything.
Great stuff. Jan, thank you very much. Enjoy the
Thank
week.
you.
I'm sure we'll speak again, but have a great fight.
Thank you. Appreciate it. I hope so. People will enjoy it.
I'm sure they will.
I hope so.
I always love talking to big Jan Blachowicz. Now, he's a unique individual. I mean, who goes and scales a mountain just before the biggest fight of his career? And I felt kind of silly asking the question, but it's no thing. To a man like Jan, he'll just do that. It's part of his prep.
Polish power, baby. Polish power. I've been saying that for a long time. I've had the pleasure of calling a lot of that man's fights with you. I'm sure we've had to have called them together.
Yeah, we did it in Europe.
And
until he got too big for us. Now
yeah,
you
now
guys
he's
in the
a
States.
superstar, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Jeez. But he's just, I love his approach. I love this training in the mountains. I love that he mountain bikes, that he's climbing rocks. He likes to push himself in different ways. And I think that's always the sign of somebody that's a true champion. You know, it's not just enough to go into the gym and do MMA on a daily basis. He wants to find what other ways mentally can I push myself. And that's so big, especially when you're at the top of the mountain.
Oh,
like he is as a champion,
Very
right?
good.
You do, though. You've got to think outside of the box. You got to get a little bit creative and find ways to make it interesting. You're a champion. You've been in the UFC for a long time. You've had a long way to climb this ladder to get to this point. What can keep you fresh, keep you, well, you know, could keep you not fresh if you fall off that mountain, Jan. So be careful, please. But yeah, I love his mentality and the approach to the fight game.
Very different type of fight for him. Israel Adesanya coming up a division. And of course, it was a lot of eyeballs on that, a lot of media attention and the chatter on the socials. But now we've got two stalwarts of the light heavyweight division, quite similar in character, had undulating careers as well with the UFC. You got to like this kind of narrative as well, though.
And I love see a guy, you get to see a guy like Glover get a resurgence. He gets another shot at the title. I mean, a few years ago, you'd have been like, there's no way in the world Teixeira is going to be making his way back to a title shot.
Gustafsson. When you take your mind back to that Gustafsson loss, a wonderful finish, but then to think that we're here now, would you have predicted that?
No, of course not. No. But he's that kind of guy that you can't count out, and he had to fix a few things in his training, in his life, and he realized that at this point he was overtraining for a long time. He was beating himself up. And as you're an older guy and an older athlete, you've got to start realizing you can't train like you're 22 years old anymore, right? You've got to figure some things out. And he's done that, and he's looked better than ever. And he's still able to – what impresses me most is that at this age, he's still as durable as he is. He's able to get knocked down. He's able to lose rounds and still find a way to get back into these fights and beat these younger guys who don't have the damage that he has. So, that's what's impressive. And I know that he's really been focusing on the lifestyle outside of the cage and being a little bit healthier, being on top of things, and it's paying off for him.
I was doing some fight research, watching tape, and I go back to that last fight, Thiago Santos. And Thiago Sanch, yes. And it very much encapsulates his career.
Yeah.
Getting knocked down, getting back up, putting a beating, getting knocked down again, and being victorious. Did you note those elements in your research and think, how? How is he still doing this at 42? And can he beat Jan Blachowicz as well?
I think he can beat anybody at this point, right? He's that kind of guy that on any given night, he's one of those athletes with the toughness, durability, and the experience to beat anybody. Will he? I don't know. We're going to find out.
Yeah.
But he definitely has the tools. He's phenomenal on the ground. And more importantly, it's that grit and that durability that I think is going to shine through, because I think he's going to get hurt. I think he's going to get knocked down. And there's going to be points where it might even be close to stop. But Glover's the kind of guy that can push through that and he can find a way to win. Because like you're talking about, in that Thiago Santos fight, it's like, there's no way he's going to win this one. But he's got the durability. He's got the cardio and the endurance, especially for a guy in his 40s. It doesn't matter. He knows how to train. He knows his body, and he knows what he can put up with and take inside of the octagon. And that's so important to become a champion. And, you know, it's a Rocky story, and he's always kind of felt like he's been a bit of a Rocky Balboa in the MMA community, right? So I like that about Glover.
Yeah, we're going to be diving into more details of an analysis of the main events as we go through. We have more Fight Week focuses coming for you. We hope to speak with Glover as well. But just turning it back to Jan before we move on, and the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu game of Glover Teixeira is now becoming a thing of legend. But I don't think we can overlook Jan's ability to fight on the ground as well.
He's a stud as well down there. He's a stud. And where I think he can even set himself apart, not just the jiu-jitsu, but the control and the ground and pound and the strength of Blachowicz is what I think is going to set him out. I expect him to look for some takedowns. I know it'll be a stand-up fight, but if for any point he ever gets rocked, I think he's going to have the ability to get the fight to the ground. And I think if he can get top position, that's where he's going to be really dangerous. And I think it goes both ways. That's what I think is so interesting, right? Whoever can get and sustain that top position, if they can start letting that ground and pound go, it's going to get ugly. These guys are powerful men. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, these guys both can crack.
They can indeed. So, Paul, another fighter that jumped off the page for you was Khamzat Chimaev. I sat down with him a little earlier today, so let's see what kind of form the Wolf was in. Khamzat, when I saw your name on the fight card, very happy. It's been a long time since we've seen you compete, so how excited are you to be back here, getting ready to fight?
Feels hungry, but a long time before was in the cage. Now I'm back and I want to kill this guy and take my money. I enjoy.
No doubt. This place, Abu Dhabi, was where you announced your arrival to the world, essentially. So what kind of memories do you have of being here in Fight Week?
Actually, I feel home, like, because it's Muslim country. I'm Muslim, you know, like, I go to city and watch the people, like, I feel comfortable. Like, I feel nice. Yeah, I like to be here. I become a fighter here, you know. I fight 3 times here, before the UFC also.
I have to ask, we were very worried about your health. Obviously, COVID got in the way of a lot of your plans. So firstly, how are you now?
I'm good. Stronger than I've been before, but people think I'm talking about me. We don't know, like, after Corona, how is this? Corona maybe give me some power, you know, like, become stronger.
How bad was it when you were going through that? Because I know that you were expressing yourself on social media. It sounded like it was pretty serious for you.
Yeah, it was serious, but now everything is over. Now I'm back, and surprise, surprise, Smash is back.
I love that. I think we're going to hear that a little bit more this week as well. Now, from my visits to Sweden, I've been coming down there for a long time to the All Stars gym, and the one thing that I always saw was you on the mat training. So I imagine when this virus took a hold and you weren't able to do what you were doing, it left you very frustrated. So how hungry are you as a result of not being able to do what you love to do?
Always my coach tried to stop me this time, because I was more hungry to train and become better fighter. Because I couldn't train when it was Corona and this stuff, you know. I'm not hungry just to fight. I love to train and to spar and beat the guys, you know, like, it's my thing. So I like that. It's my life. Now I'm back, and yeah, you will see Saturday, bro.
What was it like after creating momentum? Like, you became a really big star and you had wins very quickly, and then you had to sit and watch the welterweight and middleweight division. Was that difficult for you?
No, not so big. I was watching the fighters, like my weight class, and was fighting inside in me, you know, like, fight with this guy and beat him, like, was angry, hungry. Now I'm here. I'm happy to be here, and this is my chance, and to show everything I have.
Very cool. Now, this is a welterweight fight, so I think a lot of us were wondering, when you return, would it be welterweight, middleweight? Is this where your future is right now?
Now my coach told me we have focus on the 170. Now I'm gonna take the belt 170, and we'll see, go up and smash somebody there. I'm big guy for 170, and I'm not small for 185. I will be happy to fight for both weight class and take the belt and become like some best fighter in the world.
Let's talk about this fight then. Li Jingliang, what have you noted from his game that's possibly you have to be aware of?
I see only highlights. I'll be honest with you. I didn't watch these fights. The guy he lose against Neil Magny. If he lose with wrestling Neil Magny, how like when I get that did this fight 3 months ago? You think somebody can become a wrestler in 3 months? I'm gonna take him down. Maybe I'm gonna knock him out. I don't know. Just go in and smash his face and eat him up. Take his heart and take him to Sweden and kick him. So do something, you know.
Well, that's utterly terrifying. Is there anything in this fight that you want to show in particular, given the time that you've had away?
Yeah, I'm a good guy. I don't know. We'll see. But in the war, brother, the good guy, bad guy doesn't matter. I'm just have to smash him and send him back.
Do you have a plan for getting past Li Jingliang this weekend? What will be the course of action next?
Cool thing is fight, bro. I like go in the cage and see his eyes, you know, how he accept that. I think the guy maybe 1-2 rounds can be tough and he will give up. And maybe he will give up before the fight. We'll see.
Oh, really? You don't think he'll make it to the fight?
Yeah, you see Gerald Mershaw, he talked too much and he give up before the fight. I get him one shot and he fall down. Some people like try to be fighters, but they can't get it inside. I have that. I'm born with that.
From my experience of seeing Li Jingliang, he's a very tough fighter. I think even when he gets into wars, he takes some damage and still manages to come back. So do you think that he's going to be a super tough guy or just...
Maybe, we will see. I don't know. Before the fight, he lose fights. He was tough fights. He did tough fights. Have good striking, normal. Not wow, everything, like nothing special. It's like, we'll see. I have 9 fights, 9 finishes, brother. I kill everybody, brother. Well, this guy gonna stop me? I don't think so.
I think your popularity is only going to rise again after this fight as well. And just lastly, before I let you go, I understand now you have a bunch of guys in the gym, your wolf pack, that you are helping. You've had Gustafsson and Reza Madadi have helped you in the past. Now you're doing it for others. Can you just tell me about these guys?
And I like these guys, like my small brothers, you know, like all the time some new guy come, brother, I want to be like you with some many guys from country like me, Dagestan, Chechnya and Russia, you know, they come to me, brother, what how to do. I just tell them you have to train hard, and if you need some help, I'm here, and food and where you have to sleep and everything, we do it for them.
So we have more guys and girls that are going to be as good as you that are going to come to the UFC?
I hope so. We're working on that soon. Soon we're going to get some guys here in the UFC.
Okay. Last one then. How does it finish on Saturday nights?
Gonna go in and take his head, bro. That's gonna do. That will be finish. When I come to you, maybe you're gonna say 50 G's, brother.
Well, it seems to be every time you step into the octagon, you're picking up these bonuses. So I wish you the very best of luck, and thanks for stopping by and talking to us.
Thank you, bro.
Cheers. Okay, Paul, so I learned something from Khamzat. He likes coffee and cake, not the kind of cake that I would go for.
No.
Going to steal a cake, take it home to Sweden, eat the leech's heart. I'm still shaking from that statement.
Well,
It
John,
means business, right?
If you're going to snatch somebody's heart and take it back to your home country, I mean, I would think you should put it in a cake and eat
Yes,
it. I mean,
the
you don't
obvious
want to eat
choice.
it raw, especially for you who's a vegan. You can't even fathom this kind of
this
thing.
is
If I
an
sneak
awful
it in a
thought.
cake, I might be able to get you to eat a piece.
Yeah, he means
That's
business.
scary. Yeah, he's a terrifying guy because he's so calm.
Yeah.
His demeanor is just like, I don't know, I'm just going to go smash his face, take his heart, make a cake, and we'll move up the ladder. But it's just business as usual for him. And we're talking about a guy who's only a few fights into his UFC career.
And we've already missed him.
Yeah.
The impression that he's made, we've already missed him, and he's brand new to us.
Yeah, and that's why that's one of the ones that really stands out to me is everybody's buzzing about this guy. And we've only seen him go in there and as he says himself, smash people, right? It'll be interesting. Who's going to be able to press this guy? Who's going to be able to pull a little more out of him so we can see what he's capable of, to see what is it like if Khamzat Chimaev is pushed and has to go into that second, third, later rounds. I don't know if it's going to be this fight, but that's what I'm really intrigued for. Can anybody do it? And when they do, that's what I want to see. That's the kind of fight I want to see him in, but I don't know if it's going to be this one.
Well, Li Jingliang he's definitely got that power shot, and he's got it in different ranges as well. We've seen him with some interesting kicks.
Yeah, to the body, good punches. Yep.
He actually does have a wrestling background, but I don't think that it was too complimentary about his wrestling chops. But I guess when you're so high on your own skills, and he is just different. He brings that Khabib style, but he's also very durable, is Li Jingliang. So I'm excited about this matchup in general, but we're going to get to see more about Khamzat Chimaev, which has got to be good for the rest of the welterweight division to really assess what they're going to be dealing with.
That's what they need, right? Because right now, what they've got on tape is not enough. You just know that he's a powerhouse. He can knock your lights out, and he can just absolutely ragdoll you with his wrestling and his control on the ground. We saw that with the Phillips fight. And then we, of course, unfortunately, with my friend Gerald, we saw that he's got just that laser beam of a right hand against a guy who we've seen is pretty damn durable himself in Mershar, who just pulled off a huge victory himself against Muradov.
Yes,
right?
who's a
savage, right?
Yeah.
So, and look at how he was able to handle that. But Chimaev was able to go out there and land one right hand and put him out.
Yeah.
Scary guy.
Yeah, he is a scary guy. And do you like the fact that he sounds like he's now focusing on one weight division for now?
I think that's important because it's great that you can bounce around. You can go back and forth and you can win in both weight categories. But if you want to become a champion, you've got to put together a win streak. Yeah. You've got to beat the top-ranked guys so that you can climb the ranks. So you can go for that title shot. So to hear him be more dedicated to staying at welterweight, getting up there, beating these ranked guys, working your way to a title shot is so much more important because then once you're there, then you've got the power to be like, all right, now I want to go up and I want to take care of the guys at 185 pounds. But until you've got that belt, it's going to be hard for Dana and the UFC to keep letting him bounce around because they want to make this kid a star. If he's going to keep beating these guys, they want to get him to that title shot. They want to promote him. But in order to do that, he's got to pick which one do you want to stay in.
Right. Do you think that there's the fan element about we're not sure if he's going to get his fitness back and be able to perform? Do you think that's valid given the reaction to the virus and the bronchitis that he had? Because it's like, you guys have no idea.
Yeah.
But we really don't have any idea. So are they valid concerns?
If he says he's all right, then we've got to just take his word until he's inside the octagon. But if this fight drags on, I think it's just going to answer all those questions for us. And I think we kind of want to see that, right? I know for myself.
And would he want to see it, Paul?
Himself? I don't think so. I think as a fighter, right, and speaking as a former fighter, I know that you might say, oh, yeah, it's all well and good. I want to go 3 rounds. I really want to test this guy. I want to smash this guy for 15 minutes. No, you don't. You want to go in there. You want to land one clean shot. You want to put his lights out.
Right.
Although he might be the kind of crazy guy that's willing to want to purposely drag it on just to prove a point. But I think he's going to want to go in there, and he's too damn good. If he has the opportunity to submit, TKO, or knock him out, Khamzat's going to take it.
Yeah, very much looking forward to seeing.
You might accidentally do it. You know what I mean? You might say you want to go 3 rounds. You land one of those right hands. Ooh, sorry. And knocked out.
And there it is. Yeah, well, he's training with the best.
Problem,
Yeah, of course. Well, Paul, we got more of these to do. So, but for now, thank you very much. It was good talking to both Jan and Khamzat. This is making for a very interesting fight week. Lots coming up. We got the press conferences. We got open workouts, and of course, we've got the weigh-in. So, thank you for tuning in, and we will be back on Friday. Are we back on Friday, John? We're back on Friday. We will see you then.